Welcome back, dear traveler. I'm Heather, an energy healer and channel from Divine Ascension Company. You found your way here again, to this space between waking and dreaming, where stories unfold like flowers opening to moonlight. If you were with me last time, you already know about the small red door, the impossible tavern, the witch who keeps the welcome warm. If this is your first journey, don't worry. The Winged Tavern has a way of filling in what you need to know. Trust that you belong here, and you always have. Tonight, we go deeper into the realm between worlds. Tonight, we meet the ones who tend the roots of all things. Settle into your body now. Feel the weight of your limbs, the softness of wherever you're resting. Let your breath become slow and rhythmic, like waves returning to shore. And when you're ready, we'll walk through the door together. You're standing on the cobblestone street again. Perhaps you walked here. Perhaps you simply appeared the way we do in dreams, already mid-story, already knowing the way. It doesn't matter. What matters is that the small red door is waiting for you, the wings carved above it, catching the last light of the evening. You don't hesitate this time. You reach for the brass handle, warm, always warm, and you duck through into the impossible space beyond. The Winged Tavern welcomes you like an old friend. The sounds wash over you first. The clink of glasses, the murmur of conversations in a dozen languages, the distant melody of someone playing an instrument with too many strings. The smells come next. Wood smoke and honey mead, old books and fresh bread, and beneath it all, something green and growing, like a garden after rain. The witch is behind the bar as always. Tonight, her hair is braided with tiny copper bells that chime softly when she moves. She looks up as you enter, and her smile crinkles the corners of her firelit eyes. Back again, she says. It's not a question. I had a feeling. The Earth Ones have been restless all day, pacing around, rearranging the furniture. They do that when they're expecting someone. She slides a cup across the bar. This time, it tastes of warm spices and something that reminds you of autumn leaves, of harvest, of coming home after a long journey. They're waiting for you, she says, nodding toward the far corner of the tavern. Through the root door. You remember where it is? You don't, but somehow your feet do. You move through the tavern, past the familiar and the strange. A being made entirely of blue flame is arguing good-naturedly with something that looks like a walking mushroom. A group of small creatures with moth wings are playing a complicated game involving floating stones and what appears to be starlight. Everything feels alive here, vibrating with a gentle energy that makes your own body feel more present, more real. The root door isn't hard to find once you know what you're looking for. In a corner where two walls meet, the wood of the tavern seems to come alive. The panels don't just have grain, they have roots. Actual roots, pale and reaching, weaving through the wood like veins through a body. They pulse faintly with a rhythm that matches your own heartbeat. And there, where the roots converge, is a door you didn't notice before. It's not carved into the wood, it's grown from it. The frame is made of living root, twisted and strong, still connected to something deep below. The door itself seems to be made of packed earth, dark and rich, embedded with tiny crystals that catch the tavern's light. Standing before it, waiting for you, is a gnome. He comes up to your knee, perhaps a little higher. His skin is the brown of fresh-turned soil, weathered and warm. His beard is long and gray and braided with small stones that look like seeds. He wears a cap the color of autumn leaves, and his eyes, well, his eyes are deep and old and kind, like wells that have seen centuries of wishes dropped into them. Took your time, he says, but he's smiling. His voice is like gravel rolling in a wooden barrel, rough and round and strangely musical. That's good. The earth doesn't rush. Neither should you. He turns and places his palm flat against the door of packed earth. The crystals embedded in it begin to glow. Soft amber, warm gold, deep brown light that seems to come from somewhere far below. The door swings open. Beyond it, darkness, but not frightening darkness. The darkness of rich soil. The darkness of seeds waiting to become. The darkness that holds all growing things before they reach the light. Come, the gnome says. The garden is waiting. He steps through, and you follow. For a moment, there is only that fertile dark. You feel it around you, not pressing, but holding, like being cupped in the earth's palm. You smell soil and stone and the green promise of growth. You feel roots brushing against you, curious, welcoming. Then, gradually, light begins to grow. Not from above, from below, from the earth itself. A soft luminescence rises through the ground, illuminating the space around you. And what a space it is. You're standing in a garden unlike any you've ever seen. It stretches in all directions, vast and varied, without walls or boundaries. But this garden grows down as much as up. You see plants rising from the glowing earth. Yes, flowers that chime softly, trees with bark of copper and gold, vegetables the size of small houses. But you also see through the transparent ground below your feet. You see the root systems spreading like underground galaxies. You see caverns of crystal. You see creatures moving through the earth as easily as fish through water. The sky above you isn't sky, it's stone. Distant stone, arching like a cathedral ceiling, embedded with gems that glow like stars. You're underground, you realize, deep underground, in a place where the earth keeps its most precious secrets. The gnome leads you down a path paved with smooth, flat stones that seem to hum beneath your feet. This is the first garden, he says, the one that existed before the ones above. Every plant that has ever grown, every flower that has ever bloomed, every tree that has ever reached for light. They all began here, as ideas in the earth's dreaming. We tend those ideas. We help them become. He stops beside a flower you've never seen before. Its petals are the deep purple of amethyst, and they're slightly translucent, glowing from within. At its center, something sparkles like crushed diamonds. This one, he says, is still deciding what it wants to be. It's been deciding for 300 years. The earth is patient. You walk deeper into the garden. Other gnomes appear, nodding at you from their work. One is carefully polishing a boulder that seems to contain an entire landscape within it. Another is singing softly to a patch of luminescent moss. A third is having what appears to be a serious conversation with a crystal formation. The gnome leading you stops in a clearing where the glow from below is the brightest. In the center of the clearing stands a throne carved from a single massive root, twisted and magnificent, inlaid with gems that pulse with inner light. And on the throne sits someone ancient. He is larger than the other gnomes, coming up to your waist when seated. His beard reaches the ground, woven through with crystals and small growing things. His crown is made of intertwined roots, still alive, still growing. His eyes are the deep brown of ancient forests, patient and knowing. This is the Gnome King. He looks at you for a long moment, reading something in you that you're not sure you know how to hide. Then he nods slowly and gestures for you to sit on a mushroom that seems to have appeared just for this purpose. You carry tired roots, he says. His voice is deeper than the gnome who guided you, like stones settling, like mountains dreaming. I can see them, tangled, some of them reaching for soil that no longer nourishes, some of them cut off, not knowing where to grow. He leans forward. Would you like us to help? Child of the surface world, you forget, sometimes, that you have roots. You live so much in the light, in the thinking, the doing, the rushing, that you forget you are also a creature of the deep. Your roots reach down through time, through generations, through the soil of everyone who came before you, whose love and struggle and survival made your life possible. Those roots are strong, even when you cannot feel them. They are holding you right now. But roots need tending, like any living thing. Some of your roots have wrapped around old stones, old beliefs, old wounds, old fears that someone planted in you before you knew how to say no. Those stones do not nourish you. They only make the growing harder. Tonight, in this garden, we offer you our gift. We will not pull those stones away. That is not the way of the earth. We do not force. We do not rush. But we will loosen the soil around them. We will give your roots permission to let go. We will remind them that there is better ground to hold, richer earth to drink from, deeper stability than any old stone can provide. You do not need to do anything. You do not need to understand everything that is tangled below. Just breathe. Just rest. Let us work in the places you cannot see. The earth knows how to heal what is buried. That is what the earth does. That is what earth has always done. So rest now, surface child. Let your roots remember that they are held. Let them drink from the deep waters that have been waiting for them. Let them find their way to the nutrients that will make you strong. We have been tending this garden since before your world had a name. We know how to nurture what wants to grow. And you want to grow. We can feel it. That reaching in you, that hunger for light. We will feed those roots tonight. We will pour into them everything they need. And when you wake, you will feel it. That stability, that groundedness, that quiet knowing that you are supported from below. The earth holds you. It has always held you. You only forget how to feel it. Remember now. The Gnome King sits back on his throne, and around you, the garden seems to breathe. You feel something happening beneath you, not physically, but somehow more real than physical. As if roots you didn't know you had are being gently, carefully unwound. As if soil is being turned, aerated, enriched. As if tiny hands are working in the deep places, untangling, nurturing, planting seeds of strength where old stones used to be. It doesn't hurt. It feels relieving, like setting down a weight you didn't know you were carrying, like finally exhaling a breath you've been holding for years. The gnome who guided you here offers you a cup. The liquid inside is the color of honey and earth, warm and sweet. You drink, and it tastes like everything your body has ever needed, grounding, nourishing, stabilizing. Sleep now, the Gnome King says. Let your roots drink deep. We will tend you through the night, and the garden will keep you safe. Around you, the gnomes begin to hum. It's not a melody exactly. It's more like the sound the earth might make if it were singing. Low and resonant, it moves through the ground, through the roots, through you. It loosens everything that needs loosening. It holds everything that needs holding. Your eyes grow heavy. The glow from beneath becomes softer, warmer, like being wrapped in living light. The great stone ceiling above you, with its gem stars, seems to recede, becoming a distant, protective sky. You feel the Gnome King's blessing settling over you like rich soil. You feel the roots of the first garden welcoming you as one of their own. You feel, perhaps for the first time in a long time, truly and completely grounded. Sleep now, precious one. Let the earth tend what needs tending. Let the gnomes do their ancient work. Let your roots grow deep and strong and true. The garden will hold you. The garden will heal you. The garden will return you to the surface when dawn comes, richer than before. Until next time, at the Winged Tavern, sweet dreams.